Shadow of the Tomb Raider is here to finish out this latest Tomb Raider trilogy, and it's likely the last Tomb Raider game that'll release on this current console generation. Each release has been visually impressive in its own right, so how does the Potato Masher Pro compare to the Xbox One X? You might be asking, what's the Potato Masher Pro? Well, the Masher Pro is a PC that you can build for about $450 that is comparable to the Xbox One X. That means decent 4K performance in most games and usually superior 1080p performance compared to the best console on the market. I have an Xbox One X and I love it, so this isn't a video meant to knock the console. It's very impressive for what it is, but if you didn't know what's possible with a budget PC, keep watching. Shadow of the Tomb Raider offers two visual modes on the Xbox One X, so we'll cover both of them in this section. Up first is 1080p mode, which promises a locked 1080p and close to locked 60 FPS experience. Now, I don't have a way to reliably measure console frame rates, but according to Digital Foundry, Shadow of the Tomb Raider does experience some drops in this mode on the X1 X. I thought I saw a few sections where the frame rate stumbled, but these were infrequent and resolved quickly, so I usually felt like this was a good 60 FPS experience. At 1080p and this blend of medium settings, the Masher Pro does a great job of maintaining 60 FPS. Even in complex, action-packed scenes, the frame rate is solid and the experience is very good. Compared to the Xbox, the Masher Pro has worse tessellation since I didn't have that turned on, and is comparable in most other situations. Ambient occlusion is better on the Masher Pro, and in some situations the difference is significant. Shadow quality doesn't appear to be better on one platform or the other, but it's a bit different. The X1X's darker areas appear to be crushed compared to the Masher Pro, with more detail smearing and a more somber lighting treatment. It's possible this is just a black level difference in the two platforms, but they were both captured by the same hardware and at the same brightness and gamma settings. Overall, this was noticeable, but not a huge difference. In this mode, I'd say the Masher Pro has an edge, mostly due to the more consistent frame rate and ambient occlusion. Both platforms do a great job, however. Moving on to the X1X's high-resolution mode, the Masher Pro doesn't fare quite as well. The X1X is supposedly running at 4K, and I don't have a pixel counter. However, it looks softer than native 4K to me, and the Masher Pro struggles to hit native 4K at anything higher than low settings. Here, the Masher Pro is on the right at 4K in low settings, and both machines are locked at 30 FPS. To my eye, the X1X looks like it's running closer to 1800 and maybe 2000p, not native 4K. And there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I wish that was an option on the Masher Pro. The game only offers regular monitor resolutions, without many of the in-between steps that many gamers are used to. Because of that, the only way to force 1800p would be to set a custom desktop resolution, and I try not to use workarounds like that for these videos. Because of that, I've tested the Masher Pro at 1440p and 4K to let you see the pros and cons in this game of prioritizing settings over resolution. Because of temporal anti-aliasing, the Masher Pro does not look especially low-res or jaggy at 1440p in very high settings, but it does look a tad soft. That's about all I can say bad about the image. In every other respect, it either equals or supersedes the X1X. It's not an amazing difference though, and I'm a little disappointed in the small visual gains the higher quality settings allow compared to the increased GPU load. Moving to 4K, and the Masher Pro is sharper than the X1X, but inferior in every other way. Lighting, shadows, ambient occlusion, etc. Textures are the same, but that's it. A 1870p option would be perfect for this game, and it would probably let the Masher Pro match the X1X directly. The built-in resolution scaling only works in windowed mode, so it's not a real option in my opinion. If the Masher Pro was my main computer, and I had the choice between playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the X1X or the Masher Pro, I'd pick the X1X on larger screens and the Masher Pro on smaller ones, where the 1440p resolution still looks plenty sharp, and the other visual settings can shine. On a 1080p screen, the Masher is superior, but by a thin margin. Overall, this game is one decent options tweaking patch away from being best on the Masher Pro. As it is now, and likely will stay, there are trade-offs on each platform. Both the X1X and Masher Pro do a great job, and they trade off in advantages and disadvantages depending on your preferences. That'll likely make the decision for you, so in this case, I'm calling this a 12th round tie. A big thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Check out the Potato Masher and PS4 playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider if you haven't already. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and let's continue the conversation down in the comments. Have a great day!